So it's what day is it? 4? Yesterday we did the waterfall ritual cleansing and the tobacco ceremony where you drink the tobacco tea. And so we did the waterfall ceremony first, and the purpose of the waterfall ceremony is to cleanse you emotionally and leave behind any sort of unwanted, impure emotions or feelings at the waterfall. And so the men go first, and then the women, and we all line up. And there's a specific order that we line up in, and we walk to the waterfall in silence. And we have tobacco in our gum, in our mouth, and we're supposed to release our emotions. And it actually ended up being a lot more powerful than I had imagined. I thought, well, I got a lot of my emotions out during the first 2 ayahuasca natim ceremonies the last 2 nights, so I don't know if I have a lot of emotions to let go of. But as the woman in front of me would go up to the waterfall and submerge themselves, you basically like stick your face in this rock while this waterfall washes over you, and all the women chant ha 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 while the woman goes and gets her cleansing. And it was really emotional. It was hard to. These women in front of me were, submerging themselves and screaming at the top of their lungs and crying and wailing and sobbing. And the more I was there, chanting and supporting them, the more flooded I became with my own emotions. And perhaps some of it was just their energy being released and kind of me taking some of it on. But it was hard for me to not cry as I'm waiting my turn, and I'm continuing to chant and I'm start having to take breaks because I'm I'm having trouble keeping myself together. So then it was my turn, and I went laid my face down into this rock and let the waterfall just pour over me, and immediately I just start sobbing and crying, and this emotion just pouring out of me. Not quite to the extent of some of the other women, but I was still surprised that I was able to sort of purge that much during the ceremony. And then we remove our tobacco, put it on a rock as an offering, and return back into our exact same order in the line. And yeah, then we drank tobacco, which is terrible. It's basically, we all lined up and grabbed a bowl of this tobacco brew. It was a fairly decent amount of liquid to consume. And everyone kind of gets their place in the jungle, stands wherever they decided to vomit, and then we drink. And it's so hard to get down. And you just drink, and immediately you're just purging it. It's kind of like a shit show, for lack of a better word. It's everybody just starts vomiting, and you become really, really high on this tobacco, and you're just so sick. And yeah, it was rough. But kind of comical in a way, because you're going through this with everybody else. Everyone's just puking and blowing their nose and fighting over the bathroom, and everyone's just struggling, but you're all struggling together. And yeah, it was really, really intense. And the point of the tobacco is to also cleanse you, but also to give you power. Power for the Natsumamu ceremony, which we're doing tonight, and power to just take back to the world. And at one point I kneeled on the ground, and it's raining, and it's in the forest, and I'm laying in the dirt, and I have my forehead pressed against the earth, and I'm just drawing this energy from the earth into myself, this power, this feeling of might and capability. And I'm thanking her for giving me that energy, that power. And then I sort of reciprocated to some extent some energy back as a thank you. And yeah, and then we went to bed, and I actually got some really good sleep for the first time. Actually, since I've been in Ecuador. I've been here a week now, almost a week, and I don't think I had slept more than 1 or 2 hours like every night really since I've been here. It's been rough, but I got some good sleep, so I'm feeling pretty good, ready for tonight's ceremony. Tonight and tomorrow we're doing the Natu Mamu ceremony, which is a brew with just the vine. Normally Natem or ayahuasca has, you know, the vine and usually like a DMT containing plant such as chacruna or yuki or whatever. And so tonight we're just drinking this brew that's the vine, Natu Mamu. But it's gonna be crazy because it's a watered down version, and what each person has to do is drink like 20 liters of this stuff, and it's not quite so concentrated, but you just chug, and then you vomit, and then you chug, and you basically just like for about 1 or 2 hours you keep drinking this brew, and you keep vomiting it up, and then you keep drinking more and vomiting it up, and it's like non-stop. And then once, you know, 1 or 2 hours of the actual drinking part, then you have another 4 or 5 hours of the physical psychoactive effects. So it's gonna be pretty intense. Yeah, we're doing that 2 nights in a row. So wish me luck, and I'll let you guys know how it goes. Thanks.